a human kill by pushing his face into spikes just now.
Ooh.
Yeah, I'm
Ooh.
not even, like, proud about it. It was, like, a fucked up thing to do, I think.
A
Do the
lot of the
throwing
kills.
spears, you throw them?
Yeah.
Oh, wait, are they, like, a temp weapon?
Yeah. Yeah, they're like an opportunity thing.
That's cool. I fuck with that. I like that. Oh, gross. Did you have to use a bunch of boosters while you were in there?
Yeah.
Crazy. I just realized that. I ran inside for 1 second and was like, oh my god. What the hell? Hans?
Where the hell are you?
Bro, I'm at someone's house.
Whoa, wait for me.
Yeah, someone lives here. You fucking believe that shit?
Is that a house you say?
Fuck yeah.
I'm almost there. Oh shit. I broke my legs.
Hold on, hold on.
Thank you, doctor.
I'm not a doctor, I just think I am.
So do I.
That was the first day I ever heard Pops use a racial slur.
Yeah.
I'm gonna talk to him about it. I think I have so much leverage over him, like as a person and his like personality. I'm gonna start like playing with Pops. I'm gonna get it. I'm gonna start fucking get my little tools in his brain.
That was great the way you said that. Today was the first day I heard Pops use a racial slur.
I was just like, Jesus Christ! I remember he was just shooting like civilians in GTA, and just like screaming. I was like, holy shit! He was just laying. I think he had a minigun or something. He had a really high capacity magazine. I was like, this is what they're worried about when they say violent video games.
Yeah, he gets ahead of himself.
Yeah. No, I know that he doesn't mean it. That's the fucking thing.
He's just so caught up in the moment, living out sick fuck fantasies, he can't control himself.
Yeah, he's lost in the role play. He went full retard. That's the thing. He never go full retard.
He's like playing with Michael
Bitch.
Madsen in Reservoir Dogs. Like, you're not sure if he's just gonna
Yeah, the
start killing
fucking guy who
everybody.
takes the ear.
Yeah.
Yeah, for sure. Absolutely. Oh, yo, there's Reapers or whatever they're called. I'm gonna call them Reapers. I'm never gonna change that. You've never played Infamous, huh?
Not fully, no, the way through. I did beat the third one, but I've been told it's nothing in comparison.
No, that's bullshit. If anyone talks shit about Second Son, look, the story, it's not there. The story is not, it's
Oh, I
not
like the
the
story.
same. No, I'm not saying it's a bad story. I'm just saying that if people are making comparisons and they're talking shit, it's probably the story. That game on a mechanical level is my favorite PS4 game of all time.
Oh
all
wow.
time. Like, like what they did, because it was a launch title. It was the best launch title for PS4 because they
Yeah.
used all the six axis, they used the trackpad coding, they used the fucking every single feature they could possibly use. They crammed in there. There's a whole series of side missions where you have to use the six axis, and the fucking spray tan missions. You said you played it. Those
Yeah.
things were my favorite fucking missions. So cool. The way you have to turn it sideways and you have to shake the can and they have the can fucking audio come out of the controller so it sounds like you're shaking a can and then use the trigger like a fucking spray top. I used to be a graffiti artist. That was like my favorite shit of all time. Like at that point I already wasn't doing graffiti anymore and I just like playing that game I was like this is so sick. I fucking love it. Oh my god.
You know, what I remember so much about Infamous Second Son is that it really did feel like one giant tech demo. And it
Yeah. It did.
absolutely utilized every feature it could. And it was, like you said, the best PS4 launch title.
It's
Everything
like
else
if you mixed
paled.
Ghost of Tsushima and Astrobot. Like, because that's what it was. It was a Sucker Punch produced massive AAA game that was a tech demo. Whereas, like, nowadays you just get Ghost of Tsushima or you get Astrobot. Like, they wouldn't do something that innovative anymore. There isn't any
Well,
features on the PS5 that are that innovative. Like, it's already been done.
I'll tell you what, there wasn't really much in terms of games when the PS4 first came out. That's the one thing I'll give PS5. You had a lot of games when it came out.
Yeah,
I
for sure.
mean,
Yeah, they made sure that shit was stacked.
you look at the beginning of PS4. It was what fucking Knack and just Infamous Second Son with a shitty
No.
Killzone game. Like that
I
was
got
it.
that shit like pretty much on release, and as far as launch titles, yeah, it was like they had Knack and they had Second Son, and I don't remember what the third one was, but they had
It
like a
was
third
Killzone.
Sony. Oh yeah, Killzone, yeah, the other Sony brand one. Yeah, did you just say that just now?
Yeah.
Like already? Yeah, yeah, that's fucking hilarious. I'm sorry, I'm getting to that point. I'll probably stop drinking vodka and just drink twisted tea in a little bit. But I remember that the first four games that I got for PS4 that were like PlayStation Plus games. One was Spelunky 1, and that shit forever was just the best. Just was such a good indie title to get for free for a monthly game. And that tower game, fucking it's a side-scrolling archery game that operates like Mario PvP
Oh,
where yeah,
I know what you mean. I remember when that came out. Yeah. 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 Counter Spy was great. Hmm. Oh. Dawson showed me a couple of arcs in Naruto. It was alright. But yeah, no, I mean, look, dude, not everybody gets house arrest that easy. The dub. I kind of like how a westernized product turned into a Western product. I've been looking for that archery game, and I just can't find it. But I know what it is. I know exactly what you're talking about. It's that funny 8-bit one.
Towerfall Ascension.
Towerfall Ascension. There it is. It came out with what came out not too long after that. Oh God, it was fucking Mercenary Kings, I believe, and then it was Oddworld New and Tasty, which was pretty damn good, and then Super Time Force Ultra, I believe. No, it was a funny 2014, 2015. And they dropped Tricky Towers too. It's like, eh, Tricky Towers is great.
Have we played that together, or is it you just name dropping Tricky Towers?
They dropped Tricky Towers, dude.
Yeah, it's fucking wild. Yeah, I totally remember that. Yo, 311. I'm just gonna shuffle 311. I love 311. My life is so fucked up. If you fall in love, you never fall out of love. If you fall out of love, you were never in love. That was a shuffle. That was a shuffle. We caught Amber on a shuffle.
No, it was pretty well timed.
The appreciation on that fucking guitar riff is just like so iconic. That should be a text tone. Like they should sell that as a text tone. Restore, take me away from the norm. I've got to tell you something. This phenomenon, I had to put it in a song in your life. Whoa, embers the color of your energy. Whoa. The reason I fucking got pissed at Alyssa is because she said one of the most triggering phrases you can say to me, which is now or never.
Oh boy.
And with people that are extremely high value to me, I will literally, there's nothing that will not get me there. Like last time someone said that to me, it like almost broke me in Scully up. Um, but Alyssa is Alyssa. And I was like, brother, what are you leveraging? Like, whatever you want, let's talk about it. You don't make a fucking ultimatum. I'll kill you.
Yeah, yeah,
Don't fucking do that.
yeah. Ultimatums are shit, especially
Like
poorly communicated or ultimatums.
that girl I was writing pages and pages and pages of shit for. That was the girl. That was the last girl to be like,
Right.
now or never. That was the giraffe girl. We were like, we're in onesies. I was like, fly. She's like, you want to smoke? I was like, yeah. She was like, now or never. I was like, time to get in trouble. Whoa, never is the color of your energy. Whoa, right? Chains of gold displayed naturally. Hold on, let me put my gold on.
There
I
you
believe
go.
in gold on a fundamental, on a physiological level. Do you know why? Because we emit EMF. We have measurable electrical waves. Electricity is conduced. So why would you not want the best conductor? That's why I love gold. Gold is the, as far as we have on Earth, naturally, I believe, the most conductive metal.
Well, it's not only the most conductive metal. It can be used to repair atmospheres. It can be used for a lot. Gold is
It's
incredibly important, and it used to be
not just
important to the
physically,
dollar.
but not just physically, but atomically is like
Yes.
one of the most malleable elements. Like
Yes.
that's the whole theory of like relative functional alchemy is based off of the binary relationship between gold and lead. Like like alchemy as a lore is obviously a lore, but alchemy as a science is based around the relationship between gold and lead because it's like I don't remember
Exactly.
exactly what it is, but it's like one electron or something, like one proton different is like all they have. Like literally if you bound one extra fucking of whatever it were, then it would convert the other shit to the other shit and the shit, whatever type of shit. Science, oh yeah, I love it.
I love me some good old science.
Love me some good science.
Keep vibing to the music. I am just going to quickly make coffee. It should take me literally 5 minutes.
Beautiful. I also feel like you should get like some sleep before the next junction in which you get some good sleep before you get on the plane.
I plan on sleeping 5 hours up for the majority of the day and getting another 5 hours, wake up for five. I don't expect to fall asleep at the airport or in the plane. I expect to be up for the duration of that, to be honest. I feel like the moment I do sleep, I'm just going to start missing flights and getting late. We'll see. We'll see. We'll see. I don't know how that day's going to unfold.
Yeah, no, I'm the same way. Especially like I used to take the bus a lot, and I was like, I'd always be afraid to fall asleep in the bus. One time I did, and I fucking woke up at the end. But yeah, we should definitely do some more prep to make sure you're like ready to go. And another thing is, it's gonna come out of one end to the other, so I would like put a little bit more of an investment into sleeping before if you can, so you're not as jet lagged when you get here. Like if you could do like 5 now, whatever, and then 7 like before you get on the plane, have like a little bit of extra boost type of
Right.
shit. Because that's the way I think about sleep is it's gonna come out of like one end or the other. So if you want to stay up now, then you're gonna have to like sleep later. So yeah, if we're trying to pack a bunch of shit in when you get here, you might as well sleep as much as you can before you end up coming.
Well, the way I view it is, especially on Tuesday, tomorrow, I don't expect to sleep, but if I get the opportunity to sleep, I won't turn it down.
Yeah, absolutely.
Today though, I'm definitely getting some beauty sleep in, and I just, I'm making sure it's so I'm up before 10 o'clock, in bed by 11, and I get 6 hours or 5 hours in, and I'm ready for the day. So, I mean,
Yeah, I would aim for the minimum 6.
my bag is ready, my backpack is ready, the cat carrier is ready, everything's ready, dude. It's just a matter of now it's just the waiting game.
What about is Salem or Watson coming? It's Watson, right?
It's Watson, yeah.
Has he is he acclimated to the kennel at all? Like, have you tried to like make a bed for him in there so he can get used to it, or like put treats or anything in there so he has a connotation?
He's not at all acclimated to it.
That's fair. Yeah, I could never get Blue to do that shit. I would try and like manipulate him into like making his kennel a safe space. But my mom, when we used to have to take him to the vet, would just grab him and shove him in there like he was trash into a
Yep.
bag, and he just
Yeah.
fucking hated that shit. So,
Yeah, no, look, I mean, I'm gonna have to unfortunately shove him in there, especially when TSA, if they do check
do
him
you
out.
have any like medication for him? Like Blue had like a prescription for
He's
like gabapentin
he's
for like traveling.
nah, he's out the cat. I got no medication for him like that. He's gonna be fine. He's gonna be
For
fine.
sure.
I mean, at worst, maybe he'll let out a few soft meows. It's Salem that would be crying like a motherfucker.
Yeah.
Uh,
So Pops is gonna have to deal with that by
yeah,
himself.
exactly, exactly. He's gonna be up for a hell of a shit show.
And that was
Uh,
the yeah, that was the thing I was thinking about. And I wasn't even being feeling like I don't feel like I was being dramatic or anything or like kind of like, ooh, a mural. Nice. But just like he's gonna want to visit and he's gonna want to like come over. That's like obviously like he could visit and stay in a hotel and you guys could like do shit and go out together and stuff. But like he's gonna want to come over and hang out with us. And
well,
I'm
I
gonna be
was
like, Pops, like, if you want like a seat at my dinner table, you have to stop being like full retard. That's all. Like my
yeah.
girlfriend is like off the boat Nigerian. Like it's just not a thing that like it gives me a migraine. Literally, I just like not talking shit to him directly like gives me a migraine. So I just have to have a mature, more adult than he is conversation. And I genuinely think I have enough leverage to be like, look, we fucking love you. Nobody nobody likes you more when you say shit like that. Like and you shouldn't either. And I don't think you do. I don't think it does make you happy. I don't think it makes you feel fucking better than you already would if smashing a zombie head or whatever the action is that's bringing you pleasure. It's not derivative of the fucking sadism.
Right. Well, I mean, I'm pretty sure because I talked to him today or yesterday, really. He should be coming out for summer. So I mean, we're probably gonna be seeing my mother bringing out Salem sooner. She said probably 2 to 3 months.
That'd be perfect. Yeah, if you could go like March or April, depending on when we get the place. I'm assuming that Scully is not gonna find a place that she likes by the time that our lease is up, and that we're gonna have to go month to month. Um, Me and Grace right now are trying to find a loophole in our lease to get out of that lease actually, because she just got a call back from the place she's wanted to move into for like 2 years, and we're trying to get a two-bedroom for the three of us.
Mm.
Right. Another thing is we covered the immediate future and the trips and the Thanksgiving. That was like the more pressing shit. But as far as like work, which you seem very driven in or whatever, like it seems like that's something you want to get into immediately, which is totally absolutely chill, whatever timeline you want. That's good.
I mean, definitely the sooner the
Like I
better.
said, things are, yeah, I completely agree. But again, things are like padded and stuff, and I just don't want you to like rush into anything too quickly. But also, yeah, like don't want you to lose that drive, like that you definitely have like a super positive energy and stuff that I think is really good. And I don't want you to like lose that at any point. That's partially what I was talking about earlier with like all the like rolling with the punches and shit. It's just like no matter what fucking happens, even if things don't work out the way we want them to or how we expect them to or whatever, no matter how many times the plan changes, things are gonna be fucking good, and we're gonna make things work no matter what. So
Hell yeah.
yeah, things are padded, and you have a lot of options. I know she was texting you on PlayStation, right, about like work related stuff.
Yeah, yeah, yeah. At the storage facility, I believe she was
Then we
talking
got
to
in a
her
fucking argument
manager.
about that because I was like, you should just like get each other's phone number and I'll start a group chat and shit. And she was like, well, I don't need to do it till he gets here. Like, I don't need his phone number until he already is in the car. And I was like, but what if like my phone died and you needed to text him at the airport?
That's true
Like
too.
God
Yeah,
fucking forbid. That's what I mean. There's
yeah.
always like if there's a if the whys outweigh the why nots. That's the way I measure pros and cons. But yeah, so she's already talking to her guy. She has like high credibility at her job, even though she's new there. Everyone fucking loves her, and I think they are genuinely trying to find a space for you there, which is super cool.
Cool, cool,
Um,
nice.
but other than that, we live literally like directly across the street from, like 1 block across the street from, like many 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 places that would be probably like super good options. I know Costco has good pay, good benefits, and that's one of the things in that shopping center. Um, and with you having a license, there's a lot of options as well. We can work on carpool shit with you and Grace. Like if she needs to go in the morning and you have like whatever the schedule, so we can make everything work. Like I'm saying, and
Right.
something people love to do out here is UPS, like long-term UPS, which I would have done years earlier if I had a license and all that shit, just because of the complications I could fucking lamented about millions of times. I would be a fucking UPS driver probably because like my one homie Paul was fully a rapper doing tours and shit, and his like side gig was doing UPS until he got so much money from UPS and hourly raises and benefits and stock options that he was like literally like it's not even like worth it for me personally to like keep grinding rap and live shows and all this shit. Which for me, it's like it's not about the money; it's about the fucking art and the passion and shit. But like he was literally just like, yeah, I'm doing well enough that I'm just gonna stop rapping. And I was like, that's kind of gangster, in its own way. He's like, I'm just gonna fucking like, spend time with my family and shit. And then now he's getting back into it recently. Whatever. That's a long way to say that UPS is a good job.
Well, I'll agree with anything that in order to properly get into the humanities, you want some of that money in your pocket via UPS.
Yeah, yeah, definitely.
All right, real fast. I'm gonna make coffee and feed the cats.
Oh yeah, no worries, no worries. I'm sorry, I fucking did not realize how long I held on to you. Oh shit! I almost just jumped off a fucking roof again, man. I'm used to being able to, like in Haran, there was so many cars. You could just jump off any goddamn roof you wanted. Are you? That was a car. I landed on a car. It should not have killed me at all. Shit's dumb as fuck. gracious too. Wait, are this motherfucker's pronouns on Instagram lit? Okay, no, it's it. I thought their pronouns were lit, bro. Jesus Christ. So afraid of getting bored. Nope, the physics is wrong. I'm standing on that hill. I don't know if bouncy was the wrong word. I got a little bit triggered. We have a mechanic between us. I know you're not even here, which is why I'm lamenting, but we have a mechanic between us sometimes where I'll state an opinion and you'll like invalidate the opinion as if I was trying to be objective. But I'm never like being objective when this happens. It's always like, I feel like it's bouncy. And then you're like, no, instead of being like, I don't feel like it's bouncy. And that shit just genuinely confuses me because of like syntactical disconnection. But regardless, I think the upward arc and the velocity fall off are way too low to make it feel like genuine Earth physics. And it should have more forward momentum and a longer, shorter arc. I don't care if they want to add fucking jump upgrades. Make me jump higher. Who gives a fuck? But give me. I need this shit. This jump feels fucking weird and bad. Thank you. That's my 2 cents. Check sections 219 through 220 for lamentations on our personal relations in a plutonic way. There's plenty of plutonic nations. I go to Hawaii and everything's real fly. They're like, yo, I'm the motherfucking guy. Going back to Maui Wowie just to get high. It's okay. And, oh shit. Oh shit. Full circle, full circle, full circle, full circle, full circle, full circle. Give me that. Give me that. I'm trying to go in. I need to jump on this platform and begin to arise to the top of the tower. Oh fuck. I fell off into the flowers. This shit's messed up. It's not what I wanted. I didn't make the jump because I was way too blunted, and now my growth has been stunted. I'm trying to grow upwards when I'm growing horizontal. It don't even rhyme. Why would it? I don't give a fuck. I'm all out of pudding. It went bad. Had to throw it out. Put it in the can. Let me up, bitch. Are you joking? Is there like a... Is there like a... Bitch! Bro. What the fuck? Don't call me crazy. I've been hazy since the 80s. I'm never lazy. Always had that. uh, I made it 4 bars. It's good enough. Fuck. God damn it. What the fuck? Why is the XP scaling so crazy? 6,000? What is that? Am I alive? Did you just revive me? What just... Oh, I never died. Dude, you can do a volt roll? Where's the grappling hook? Motherfucker. Como mierda. I don't know who I am or where I am or why I'm like this, but honestly, every time I smell a fire, I don't think of a ficus. It's a bad bar. I think of roses. I'm gonna be in NASCAR one day hitting poses, hitting giddies. I'm gonna be whipping shit so fast, I'm whip through multiple cities in an hour. 10,000 horsepower. Suck my dick. I am again. I will always love you wherever I stay. I will always love you, no matter what I say. I will always love you. I will always love you. Fucking God, dude, I'm gonna text her on my burner phone. Tell me come back. Tell me help. What the fuck is wrong with me, man? Why the like? I knew the whole fucking time. Like, I'm not bad at math. I'm not naive. I'm not arrogant. I'm not ignorant. I'm arrogant as shit. I'm so fucking arrogant. That's why. That's why I fucking soft spot. Sounds like you're here and I'm talking to you, but you're not. This is for the record. This is for the paper. Because they wouldn't know. To the dark side of Hollywood. Okay. It's not called far jump, you dumbass bitch. It's called step jump. Fuck yourself. Taste and that's
Okay, I return.
to backtrack a little bit. What was the point that you were trying to make about the jumping physics when we were talking about the jumping back earlier?
Uh, well, I was thinking about that. Yes, it can feel floaty, but when you jump
That's
in
what I
real
meant. Yeah, when I
life,
said bouncy, I meant floaty. Perfect word to
it can
describe what I was trying to
feel
say.
floaty to a newcomer. I'll say that. It will feel
Well, here's what.
floaty to. Well, hold on. Let me
Here's.
let, let
Sorry,
me
I do
fully
it.
let me fully flesh out the thought. Okay. So to a newcomer, yes, it's going to feel floaty, but in Dying Light 1, it wasn't too different. Actually, I would go as far to say it was stiffer. The jumping in Dying Light 1 was stiffer, whereas this one feels floatier. This one, the first game, was stiffer. And it could actually be of a negative effect in the first game. You just fuck up jumps left and right. I don't really have an issue with fucking up jumps in this one because of that floaty
Oh
feeling.
shit.
It gives you like 2 seconds in the air to
No.
look
Yeah.
down and
No,
decipher
that
everything.
actually just changed my entire brain. To jump back to the first thing, the reason we ended up back here is because I have a skill point, and I was going through the skills menu, and there's a straight up double jump setting, and I
Yeah,
was like, that's exactly what I mean about it feeling kind of floaty.
yeah.
But playing into what you're saying, when you play Guitar Hero, Rock Band type of shit, what difficulty do you play?
Normal.
Normal, right? Okay, I play normal too, but I cannot play normal unless I'm playing with the breakneck speed modifier because of my ADHD,
Ah,
which is my problem, is that when it's floaty, it's not that it's floaty, it's that the game is too slow. Like, it's like
ah.
moving slower at a slower rate, which I completely understand where you're coming from, because I'm like the exception. Like, I'm not the rule. Like, the game should be like this. But like, I'm realizing that, yeah, just that it, like when it is like this, that I need it to be more fast paced, which is why I missed the original game, because I end up missing jumps because, like earlier, how I like undershot it because it feels like it's so long that I can't like gauge it properly. It's like time's moving in slow motion. So I
The
totally, yeah, like I'm honestly totally on your side, because like, yeah, I used to have to yeah, I would play on breakneck speed and everyone else would be on fucking like a normal speed, and I'm like,
and they're
but I'm
like
still
running
playing on
into
normal,
walls
yeah.
and shit. Yeah,
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 exactly.
exactly. Yeah,
Or
no,
like
it's
now, I just play on expert and I miss hella notes, but I can like do good enough to not fail. But I have to play really, really fast. Otherwise, I will hit the notes preemptively because it's not going fast enough for me. Same
the
shit here. So
best
like I'll miss the jumps because I'm not jumping
to the notes.
like slow enough.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Now, the best way to play this, and I will even say it's the best way to play the first game. People feel like they're ninjas when they play both of these games. They just want to jump across buildings and have Assassin's Creed fun. That's totally cool. A lot of people like Mirror's Edge. A lot of people love parkour. This game pops when you walk across the street for 20 minutes. You haven't once hit a building, and then you
When
find
you
yourself
check
boxed
corners.
in. Yeah, you get cornered and you pull out these crazy parkour ninja shit, and then it feels cool. Uh, Dying Light 2 is a very slow game. They chose to slow everything down on purpose because they're trying to give you. You remember how I was saying Dying Light 1 is the best zombie game ever because it's a Daisy Light? I would go as far to say Dying Light 2 is easily the best zombie game ever made because not only is it a Daisy Light, it successfully manages to be a Stalker and a Metro game light. It wants you to take things slow. It wants you to take in the random encounters, to sit down at a campfire with people, to get involved in a gang skirmish. It wants you to actively live and breathe in the world. Dying Light 1 wanted you to feel oppression. This game makes you feel oppression in a whole new way. And it feels just a tad bit more grounded while it does it.
Absolutely, yeah, definitely. Much more like grassroots. The other one's more, you know, industrial,
Well,
concrete jungle.
you look
Like
at
the
the
grass on
first
all the
one.
rooftops makes it feel just like totally different.
Totally different. Totally different. I remember thinking to myself, the grass on the rooftops. To me, it was a bad selling point. I didn't want to touch the game because of that post-apocalyptic setting. Once I got into the world, I realized, wow, this reminds me of The Last of Us if it had a baby with Metro. And it feels like that. It's a wonderfully created post-apocalypse game. And it's got the benefit of being multiplayer. Really, where the game will start to pop, you're going to notice this, is all the interiors they have designed for us to tackle through. 9 different metro tunnels, 8 different GRE quarantine facilities, hospitals, skyscrapers. The verticality does not extend to just the skyscrapers. It goes beneath now. It's really well done.
Yeah, no, there's definitely more to the map design for sure. Like just the amount of buildings you can go into and stuff.
Now, this game gets me giddy, dude. Like, I can't praise it enough.
One thing I say, wait, okay, first of all, is there a grappling hook? Because I know that there's like a light grapple
Totally.
where you can like toss it out, but is there like a hard reel me in grapple?
No, I don't think, and I'm happy they
Okay,
got rid of
how the
it.
fuck? Ah, how the fuck? Is this a jump? Is this like make me? Oh, Jesus Christ!
Yeah,
Ow!
yeah, yeah. Those are airbags. I've never actually seen one in the game. These are like locked to building up survivors and shit like that. So you can upgrade the PKs.
Have you ever done specifically this thing that I just did?
Maybe. Definitely didn't notice the airbag.
Oh, oh, fuck, help! I don't know where I am.
Oh, I know where you are. You
I
landed
think
right on
I'm
top of me.
by the airbag. Am I next to the airbag?
Hello.
Okay, okay, okay. Oh, yeah, hit that airbag and land up on that pallet.
Oh. Oh. Oh, wait. Yeehaw!
Oh, fuck, I missed it. Yeah, you wait for me on there for the next roto.
Jump,
Oh,
Mason, jump! Very nice. Very nice, very nice.
yeah, you too. Oh, shit. What the? Yeah, I just didn't make it either time trying to jump to that. I think that maybe I waited too long and the platform started dropping as I jumped, so I lost like a lot of my height velocity
Curious.
or vertical velocity.
You are holding the jump button, right? I mean, stupid
Yeah, yeah,
question.
yeah,
Yeah,
yeah.
okay, cool, cool, cool.
Yeah, no, I just like I noticed the second time that it started to go down right as I jumped, and I was like, "Oh fuck!" It just like took my fucking platform out from under. It reminds me of this one time I was just talking to Grace about this movie, but I was at the beach and I tried to dive into the water right as the fucking waves receded, and I just hit the fucking beach because there was water and the water just left. And I was like, "Nice."
That
Oh,
reminds me,
38 parkour XP.
nice. That reminds me of the story of my Aunt Michelle. I guess my parents went out to Hawaii and they brought Michelle and Doug. And Doug's a scumbag, but he's cool enough. He's smoking thumb joints. You know what I'm saying? So
Yeah.
they're all at the beach, and I think it's like I don't know Honolulu or some shit. I'm not sure the islands in Hawaii, and they're all in the water, and they're like, Michelle, come on in the water, this and that. And she's afraid of the ocean, so it takes them like 30 minutes of coaxing her to get into the water. And the moment she does, I swear to God, a 20-foot wave comes in, picks her up, sends her out, and she lands headfirst into the sand. Almost broke her neck, and not even the ocean wanted her. That's what my fucking dad said.
Yeah, it's insane.
Oh, I hit the zip line.
Well, you know what? I'm gonna take it too.
There you go.
What the fuck? I thought I was gonna go someplace cool.
You want to go
It went
someplace cool?
home.
You want to go
Hold
someplace
on.
cool? I got something
Oh,
for you.
oh, oh. Okay, let's go.
Here, we gotta be quick. We got 2 hours till
Fucking
daylight.
cat calling me, you bitch. You're actually so cute. You look at this girl I have a crush on. Fuck you, you're a hero. Yo, this fool's got straight stuff to buy. I'll take
Garbage.
it. No, I wanted his medkits.
Mm.
I still don't have any chamomile stuff to buy fucking medkits everywhere I go. Where are you? Let me just get rid of my HUD at this point. I don't think there's anything that... Is this... Am I healing? Did that heal me? You have to mash X to drink water? What is that? That was what I was supposed to do, right? I thought you had to hold X. You have to mash it?
I think you hold it.
Okay, I think it fucking hates me.
Yeah, no, they're
I
just
worry.
little water fountains. Okay, I am directly underneath the windmill.
I see. Yeah, I see. Yeah.
Okay, follow.
Are you that? That was too high for me to do a roll. Was jumping off of that umbrella.
Yeah, I wouldn't rely too much on the roll mechanic.
It's just like crazy. Just when I thought Dying Light fucking 1 couldn't get any crazier.
Now, I will say the one thing about Dying Light, everybody's very quick to just, like I said before, run like ninjas. It is one of the only games I can think of, however, in juxtaposition to the running, where your normal speed is not even that of a jog. You're literally walking. So the developers are almost telling you can soak it in or you can run like hell.
I lost you.
Mm.
A long time ago, I guess. Did you climb up a fucked up billboard at one point?
Maybe. No. Here's what I want you to do every time you lose me. Hold down the touchpad button.
No, no. Oh.
You pull out a compass. Real easy way to spot my little B signifier.
Like a physical compass?
Nah, I wish it was a physical compass.
Oh,
We'll
okay,
pretend
that'd
it
be cool,
is.
yeah. Yeah, because even just doing the pulse pops you up on my compass. Or I guess you're always visible on my compass, huh?
Well, remember, the pulse is going to be a 50-meter radius. The compass is going to let you see far out.
Are you fucking... Did this actually just happen? Oh my god.
Howdy.
Hey, buddy. If there was a song that reminds me of all of my ex-girlfriends, it would be this song. Which was hence me saying, are you fucking kidding me? Is this really happening? And you have hold me. Tell me that I'll never be set free. 'Cause I'm a parasite. Creep and crawl, I step into the night. 2 pints of booze. Tell me, are you a bad fish too? Are you a bad fish too?
Okay, so we're going to want to hit the end of the
Now
road.
this night will never end. Lord knows I'm weak. Won't somebody get me off of this reef? Baby, I'm a big blue whale. Grab the reef. I don't know what that bar is. I was listening very heavily and intently, and I really couldn't hear what he was fucking saying. That is way too much heroin. I'm a big blue whale. I hope we never fail. I don't know what the fuck he said.
Beluga whale?
Hold her head, and I grabbed the reef. It's underneath my bed. Underneath my bed. This whole song is about, like, meeting girls at parties and going home to do heroin by yourself.
Sounds
But
like
won't
Requiem for a Dream.
somebody get me off of this reef? Brad was my fucking dad. Thank God I didn't have any fucking liquid in my mouth. Oh my God, smelling this shit's like doing an inhalant.
It's like pneumonia.
Did you ever do inhalants?
No.
Not necessarily gas, but just like vapors that I'll even like, dude. I remember like before I smoked weed when I was a kid, there was something about the idea of chemicals fucking your brain up that just rocked me. Like I was in like fourth grade. Like I am gonna go huff Sharpies. Like I'm gonna if there's paint or something, I'm gonna huff it. Like I
I
like
was there was a period in middle school where I was very ready to huff anything, and upon trying to huff glue, I realized
oh
it
my
was
god!
Elmer's.
Oh my god! Even flow came out after that. Even flow lay there on a pillow made of concrete. But yeah, no, middle school. It was that time, bro. It was like, let me fucking huff a glue stick. Let me huff a
It's
Sharpie. I didn't
because
even
in
like.
middle school everybody hates each other. The teachers hate
Yeah,
you,
it
you
was
hate your
fucking on
students.
site.
Yeah, I mean everybody hates one another in middle school. It just makes you want to do inhalants.
And then high school is like you bond in high school because everyone hates each other
Hate,
in middle school
yeah,
so much. Yeah.
exactly. Everybody had such a shit experience in middle school that they all come back together again. It's fucking like clockwork.
Yeah, everyone knew me. Cause I went eighth grade, like so I only spent the last year of middle school at middle school. Um and everyone was like, "Who are you? You weren't here last year." And I was like, "Fuck no, I wasn't, but you're gonna remember me this fucking year." And they did. Everyone remembered me next year in high school. And they were
Huh.
like, "Oh shit, are you like mentally unstable?" And I was like, "No, I just sell weed." They're like, "Oh, let me get some."
Nice.
It takes them away, yeah.
See, my middle school experience, well, I mean, yeah, no, my middle school experience was shit, but my freshman year experience was definitely interesting because within the span of a year, just from starting to work out, dude, it was literally it. That was literally it. Just from working out and getting somewhat leaner, everybody was really nice to me. I swear to God, all the brutal
Yeah,
kids
it's
are
like
like non-brutal.
yeah, that fucking yeah, that shit happens. That shit totally happens because the superficial kids are superficial.
We're very
Like
prejudiced people.
yeah, it's crazy. We're visual learners at our heart. Whoa,
Yeah.
oh, oh. Heaven flow. A photograph. Or you don't know till it chases them away. Girl. I just really, yeah, I
Nice.
really like it. I like getting into it, you know. Yeah, yeah. You gotta, you really gotta. Yeah, I gotta get you a foam topper or something. There's like the couch is like actually broken to where there's like a spring sticking out of one part. So like we have another couch that I already replaced this couch with, but it's in LA in storage because we haven't been able to get a truck and get it up here because Grace has been working and my license is non-existent. Maybe
Listen,
you and
dude.
I could go get it.
Yeah, we will. We will. Listen, dude. Don't worry too much about my sleeping condition, okay? I can sleep anywhere like a rock. Uh, the only thing we really, truly just got to worry about is I don't think Watson will. Salem's the one that would start scratching shit up. I don't think we're going to see Watson doing that. It would just be setting up his kitty litter, dude. That's it. That's it. As long as we can
For
do
sure,
that, we're
yeah.
going to be happy.
Yeah, but we can do that super easily. I just have to like
Exactly.
break
Hey,
down all these shit because like it genuinely looks like a hoarder house because I like moved in and never unpacked and then kind of like left. And so like I just like have boxes of shit everywhere and I just need to like put them in one stack pretty much and then everything's good.
nah,
But
listen,
yeah, I
dude.
wanted to like rearrange to make it more functional in general because I haven't been super happy with the arrangement anyway.
Well, when I get out there, I'll give you a hand. We'll rearrange together, do all that good shit when we find the time. Uh,
Ugh. Big burp, sorry. Continue.
no, you're good, dude. Yeah, no, we'll rearrange that shit together, man. The hell else was I gonna fucking say? Oh, I don't know. It's that keef I just smoked. That's probably what it did.
I need a little something, something too. I'm gonna do a blinker. Haven't done a blinker all day. Whoa, give me all of them.
Ain't no shortage of awesome here.
Someday. Bro, I always forget this is a Sugar Ray song and not a fucking Weezer song. It just has that Weezer palading. Like, it just, like, the guitar riffs and the drums sound like Weezer. And his voice is not different enough from other alternative rock bands in the 2000s to be like, oh, that's Sugar Ray and not Weezer, you know? That's for me. Alright, well, this is the fucking spot, right? This church is the thing.
What do you mean?
The whatchamacallit, the hub.
Oh, the bazaar? Yeah. So the peacekeepers have the metro, the survivors have the bazaar. Uh,
I'm gonna go talk to Baka real quick and just see how much the shit is. Is it
I
gonna
might,
make you load in?
I might as well check that out. So.
Yeah, like I don't care about the other shit, the fucking scarecrow outfit and the fucking witch doctor, not the witch doctor, the plague doctor. Like they're not bad outfits, but I really just want the Van Aiden to go with the Van Crane. Like that really fits perfectly with the fact I already have the other throwback outfits.
Hey, who the fuck are you?
Who the fuck are you?
Easy, Chief. He ain't PK. How do you know? They're creeping around here all the time.
What the fuck's going on here?
Who's that outsider? The
I've
pilgrim?
never been here before apparently.
He's from outside the walls. Well, fuck me. I don't know
I have been here,
like
but I
that
must have quit
pilgrim.
before it saved.
Stay away from the PKs. They ain't no one's friends.
Are PKs the ghost mask guys I was calling Reapers?
This time with
No. So
Okay.
there's 5 different
Yeah, there's
factions in the
Oh,
game.
there's five? I knew there was the
5.
three. I knew there was the
Yeah.
PKs, the gangsters, and the survivors.
So there's 2 that matter, right? The 2 that
Is there
matter
as
that
bounty
you
hunters also?
technically bounty hunters are just your Destiny shits, but they're
Oh,
all
okay.
by their own affiliation. But technically they are factions. Like the Night Runners are a faction. Technically they're bounties. Uh, so 5 factions. Okay, the main ones.
you were a threat.
Wait, one sec, sorry.
Yeah, go ahead.
I think the guy was talking shit. I gotta make sure I don't have to murk him.
Preached by fools calling for reconstruction. There will be no rebuilding.
I don't know if I fuck with these Arbitrarian Templars with the do-rags on. Bro, like, you're literally building something saying, we're not gonna rebuild. Like, I don't care if you're refinishing something, you are rebuilding right now.
That's exactly what I said to Josh, because Josh kept talking shit about the PKs, like, oh, they're just going to be Hitler. And then you have these weird pseudo
Josh
Christian.
is also, between the three of us, Josh is the closest to actually being a fascist.
I
Like,
know.
of the three of us. Like, his Islamophobia runs so deep. I've seen the shit he's talking about. It is an American psyop. Like, we are trying to turn them against fucking Islam so that the UK and the EU flip and start supporting us and supporting Israel. Because I've seen the videos he's talking about. They're not even Muslim. They're not even Islamic. Like, they're literally, like, some of these PSYOP videos that are, like, labeled as, like, oh, this Islamic fool in England attacks this fucking dad who didn't do anything. It'll be, like, a white dude starting a fight with a Jamaican, the Jamaican guy, like, cutting him, and the white dude, like, running off.
That's something I would actually say to Josh, because if you can point something out with common sense, he might be a little strong-headed to it at first, but he will see the light eventually.
Yeah, absolutely. No, yeah. And it's the thing is just, like, when I get into, like, discourse like that, is I have a hard time maintaining my composure. And so that's, like, the thing that keeps me from being able to, like, properly communicate. Is just my feeling of
Well,
being like, I'm gonna like, I don't know,
I
not be
just
able
want
to
to
communicate it the way I want to.
I just want to give you an example, okay? All right, and this is going to be ultimately without spoiling anything, but it's to really give you a good idea, because what you just said is exactly correct. When we were playing this game, me and Josh, and we didn't beat it, we didn't even get halfway through. Every time we were encountered with something with the peacekeepers, and like you just said about the Islamophobia, he was like, nah, we can't let fascists take over the country and blah, blah, blah. I mean, we got to make a better standard for
But
everybody. And And then the person he went to help gave him a brick of C4 and said, "Go kill everybody." It was the funniest thing I ever saw.
No, because here it's like, dude, like I swear to God, like you've seen Peaky Blinders, right? Like how far have you watched the whole show?
I haven't seen even a
I
fucking
forgot you
episode.
haven't.
Yeah.
He was the one that told me he'd seen Peaky Blinders, which is why I was laughing because the entire fucking show is it takes place between World War One and World War Two, and it is about the Nazi Party infiltrating British politics
Yeah.
specifically, saying that we cannot support fascism, we cannot have fascists, and turning all of the people who supported that movement into fascists.
Yeah.
Like, they started the British Nazi Party by saying we have to fight fascism. And Thomas Shelby befriends. I mean, this is. I don't. Okay, I was about to go into spoilers. But it's like, it becomes political. It stops being about street gangster shit and starts being about fucking, like, office gangster shit in
Which
the
I
20s,
like.
30s,
Yeah,
which is
which I
so
like.
good. It's so good. And you're going to fucking love it. Like, we'll rewatch it together because I didn't finish Peaky because Miles died. I was like in the fourth. It was in the last season. I have one episode left. I'm pretty sure. But what happened is um I just started watching Wilfred instead. It's like I gotta rewatch Wilfred again.
I'll definitely watch it
Um,
with you, dude.
yeah, yeah, we'll hit the whole thing up, and then hopefully in
Listen,
time for the
listen.
movie.
I know
Movie's
it's
coming out soon.
only I know it's only 20 something episodes, but I'll watch it as long as you and Scully watch some fucking Better Call Saul.
Oh,
They,
absolutely. No, yeah,
yeah,
we have a master list, and it's like in a canonical order, whereas like it's all thematic. Where like Arrested Development is a predecessor for us watching Ozark because our headcanon is that he like the entire time had a second family already, and then like in the end of Arrested Development, basically like abandons everyone in Arrested Development to go like fucking run off with his other family because shit hits the fan with the cartel. So it's
that's
like we have this
hilarious.
weird, yeah, we have this weird order we're watching everything in. So it's gonna go, yeah, it's gonna be some shit like that, like Arrested Development, Ozarks, Better Call Saul, fucking Breaking Bad, and fucking oh wait, but Malcolm in the Middle comes first because it goes Malcolm in the Middle, Better Call Saul, Breaking Bad, and then the fucking Malcolm in the Middle special ending to Breaking Bad. So we have like it's a very weird list, and there's video games chopped in between of like play the Star Wars video game and then watch the Star Wars movie.
Play Far Cry 3. Yeah, yeah, no,
Exactly.
yeah,
Yeah.
it's a
No,
big
like we just
mixture.
watched Tropic Thunder and Far Cry 3 is like next up on the list. Yeah. Yeah, it's really good.
No, I got a first-hand example of that when you guys said we have to watch Dirty Dancing 2 starring Diego Luna in order to watch Andor. I
Yeah,
told my mom about that. We were cracking up
yeah.
about it.
We're very weird with our shit. It's really funny. It's really good though. It's really good. Like we just watched the bug what's that Christian Slater, Tom Cruise, Brad Pitt vampire movie that they made a subsequent show for?
Interview with the Vampire and the show
Interview
was
with the
awful.
Vampire and the show Interview with the Vampire. We love the
Here's,
show, but it's a sequel to the movie, which is very interesting.
I have a
Even though it's
question.
also a reboot, huh?
I have a big question. Well, there were multiple books, so I can see how they might actually continue the book series. I have a question though. Brad Pitt's character, okay, Louis, he is notoriously a slave owner, but he is, I believe, being played by a black man, right? How does
I
that
have
work?
not read the books, so canonically that could be conflicting, but also I think historically not as conflicting as you would think within certain French provinces. Here's the thing: if they're Creole French or pre-American acquisition of the French territories, then there could be something there because I know that there was like I don't know. There was some shit like that. Like it is not unprecedented necessarily for like a slave or a prior slave to own slaves, but I don't know. Yeah, within the canon of the books, like I don't know, they could both be bad adaptations. And the show could be a worse adaptation. And it's funny. I thought it was funny that it was like kind of a Modern Warfare reboot type of thing, where it was like the show is a sequel to the movie, even though they reboot the cast. Like they could have brought back old Christian Slater, and
The movie is definitely, it's not a terrible adaptation, but it's not a good adaptation either. It's decent for what
I
it
think
is.
yeah, in the '90s they definitely like went softcore on everything because they didn't want to be like yeah, Brad Pitt's a slave owner, so they made him really nice to his servants and everything. and then also they really softcored the gay shit, which is I think what adds a bias to the high reviews for the new show is that they don't fucking lowball the gay stuff, and they're like, oh look, yeah, see they're actually gay this time, and so people really like it,
They're
which I
actually
think that is more
highballing
accurate.
it. They're highballing it though. The books weren't like that. Even the books kind of leave it ambiguous as to what their intentions
Yeah,
truly
it's
were.
kind of
Were
like
they in
you
love,
you
etc.
you smoke a little weed or something, you're like, that didn't get me high, and you take a fat bong rip and like fucking start throwing up. It's just like
Well, you can't have
pick your
romance
poison.
without chemistry, right? And the big thing about these two characters is that they have no chemistry. They hate each other. They utterly hate each other.
I love
Uh,
that. I
it,
fucking love that so much.
and that is the best part about it. That's why I believe an on-screen romance conflicts with that thematic telling, because it kind of takes away the hate fucking aspect of it. You know what I'm saying? And where you have to fill in the gaps behind all of that. So I mean, I don't know. I don't know.
You
It,
actually just sold me that I like the movie more than the show, but I still like the show. But that is the reason, though. Yeah, for sure. It being more subtle in the movie makes more sense, and also like um, a lot of the gratuity is more subtle too.
it is. It is. It is. But you know what? I will say you are the first
No,
person to tell me that the show was good, and you are the first person to put such an interesting spin on why his character would be a black man, and that would be through the Louisiana Purchase and
yeah,
French
prior
ancestry.
to the Louisiana
That is
Purchase. Yeah, exactly.
brilliant. That is brilliant. And you know what? Vampires are far more far-fetched than that, because yes, there were
Yeah,
black slave
for sure.
owners.
Yeah, and because like his character, like that's the thing though, is that like I love Brad Pitt, but like the Louis in the show feels like a more realistic Louis than the Louis in the movie, where they both feel like they're like thespian dramatizations.
Right.
Whereas even like early on, Brad Pitt is playing that role that way before he is even a vampire, before he's immortal, before he's all emo. Whereas like Louis in the show, he's like, I'm a pimp. I'm not happy that I'm a pimp. I'm a man of God. My mother looks down on.
But he's a successful pimp nonetheless.
Dude, I said pimp and they cut my fucking broadcast. Wait, they cut my Wi-Fi. What the? How are we
Oh
still in the
wow.
chat?
Oh wow. It was a glitch in the
I,
matrix.
I I got a notification that said Wi-Fi connection lost, broadcast stopped. Like I got pinged. So if Alyssa just fucking DDoSed me, I'm gonna be fucking pissed. Nah, she's asleep. That's just my shitty Wi-Fi and my fucking clinical paranoia.
No, I gotta say the Wi-Fi is
Wait until I
stupidly
go on
good
the
here.
record to say I should have bought them 222 LRs back in New A. And I mean whatever. I'm not Eminem. I can't rap forever. But I meant to say New Mexico is where I should have gone to go to get the fucking guns I wanted, bro. That's what I'm trying to say. Dude, okay, so I was at a pawn shop in New Mexico in Albuquerque, and I saw two 22 LRs, two little tiny, the Daisy type.
Yeah.
There was a black and a classic Daisy style silver, and I wanted both of them. I wanted them both so bad. Oh, but that was back when, like, I think Grace was still unemployed, and we'd taken the trip just to, like, sink a bunch of money into the car. Like, we drove out there to save money on putting money into the car. We drove 14 hours one way, 30 hours basically both ways, just to fucking repair the car, to save money on repairing the car, to do
Oh
it here.
shit.
So I was like, I'm not about to buy two fucking pistols and then import them across state lines against fucking. I'm
Yeah.
sure that
Yeah.
integrated suppressors are illegal in California. There's no way that you could have a fucking 22 or an AS now.
It's funny you bring this up. Me and my pops were just talking about a guy with licensed firearm. I believe it was a 22. However, he went to a state without concealed carry, and what happened? He got 5 years automatically, still in prison right now. So very,
it's crazy.
very dangerous. And
That's why I'm a Federalist. That is why I'm a Federalist.
Oh, I don't believe in federalism.
Well, here's the thing, though. I think that I would like to make an argument. Hold on 1 second. 10 seconds.
Are we talking federalism as described in the Revolution, or what federalism is believed to be now?
I mean, federalism on like a literal, non-colloquial level of being that I believe that whatever the baseline of power and rule of law within the United States of America is, it should be established on a federal level in a libertarian way, where like our rights are our rights on a federal level, where you can't get prison. Like, okay, they catch you and they deport you back to your home state. But it's like, why would you get prison time and have to serve it in that state for bringing your gun that was legal in your state? Like, that's what I mean. It's like they gave all the states so many power they gave every state so much power that now we all want to have a civil war off of how much power we have. Like, we're like, it's fucking stupid. It's so dumb. So I only genuinely believe that there should be a universal baseline, that we should all have health care, we should all have minimum wage, and that we should all have, like, protections. And beyond that, that every state should be able to decide, it's like weird own quirky shit. But, that's more like regulatory stuff, like how you want to regulate things, not like, yeah, I'm going to fucking jail your ass just for being from another state.
We have a lot of interesting shit to talk about, okay? Because we haven't really spoken too much since the election, or at least the results of the election, right? So, and this is going to directly come into your federalism comment, because what is federalism, right? It's just a division of powers. But then you also had federalist parties, which completely warped that perception, and that's what I'm talking about with the Revolutionary War. But with the election, what is the major catalyst that happened? Okay, and it's not. Yes, it is 1/3 of it.
I'm a federalist and a libertarian, but I don't believe in the Federalist Party or the Libertarian Party. They're both corrupt as shit.
I don't believe in any party, to be honest.
Exactly.
That's what makes me as libertarian as apple pie. Both of us, really.
I believe in candidates. I believe in representatives, direct representatives, no electoral college. We all, within the digital modern age of the internet, have the power to have a actual power within your individual vote. We could have a direct democracy.
I don't believe in representatives, okay? And what have we found ourselves in, okay? We have, and we kind of fucked ourselves over. I'm not really quite sure why we based our society off of Rome when we should have done something like Egypt, right? So, what is our democracy that we think it is? It is a republic.
Yeah.
That's it. And what is a republic made of? Representative.
Empirical republic.
Yeah.
An empirical republic.
Exactly.
When I mean representative, I don't mean that we elect someone to make decisions for us. I mean that we have a elected voice of the people, legally, ethically, and socially obligated to be the voice of the people.
A representative. Yes.
Your
that
only
would be the
fucking
president
job.
of the United States.
Yeah,
yes,
exactly.
I don't believe in that at all. I understand what it represents. Literally, that's the form of the word. I understand what it's supposed to represent. But we have crippled our nation by deciding it should be representatives. If we wanted to be smart, we would have had true democracy, where there's no such thing as a representative. And that's with the voting, that's with the presidency, that's with everything.
I think I need to elaborate more, but like later, like after you're done.
Okay. Moving into my bigger point, okay, my further point. What happened with the election? Okay, yes, Donald Trump winning is 1/3 of it. Okay, but what really happened? We watched a trifecta take place where they took over the Supreme Court, and I believe it is Congress, right? So there's a Republican trifecta currently underway. That means the checks and balances.
Yeah, they sawed all three legs off,
dead.
man. It's gone. Yeah, there's no such thing as checks and balances. Yeah,
exactly. So
all we have left is fucking. What do they say in Fallout? In the Fallout show, is a fiduciary obligation.
Yes.
That is all we have left in the fucking country.
So ultimately, yes. And let me lead into my fiduciary responsibility. Right? You're probably wondering what that could be. So.
I think I'm a corptorocrat at this point.
I believe myself to be an autocrat. See, I thought I was libertarian. Then I thought I was communist, and then I thought I'm actually really just an autocrat.
I would like to level. I'm sorry, I didn't mean to fucking cut you off.
Yeah, no problem.
I just feel like, well, because if like autocracy is like us having agency, right? But like, here's the thing: if in our society we have politically instituted the fact that like corporations are entities without being legally alive, then like for me to be a corptocrat is the same as being an autocrat because the agency is legally rendered as the same thing. Like to be a citizen upholding your own vote or to be a company upholding your own vote, it's like there's no difference because the entity legally is registered as the same thing, but the power is held within the corporation and not the autonomy, which it could be held in the autonomy if all of the people like bound together to fight against corporations, which we could and have done, like the way we were boycotting Starbucks and shit, like during the fucking Gaza
Listen,
invasion.
if we really wanted change this year, 180 million Americans would have decided not to vote at all,
Yeah,
right?
for sure. Yeah.
So, really, the most powerful thing to do in a democracy, at least the way our representative democracy is set up, our republic, if everybody wouldn't vote, we would be shattered in seconds. The electoral college has nothing to go on. The cities have nothing to go on. Nobody has anything to go on. They would have to either do a complete re-election or they'd have to just completely choose new candidates. So, what that comes down to,
What if
okay,
we all did a write-in of no president? What if every American wrote in no
no
like
president?
no,
Yeah,
yeah,
exactly, exactly. And the American people have that power, but none of us
yeah, we
utilize
fucking
it.
do.
None
No,
of us.
because we don't, because we've all been made to feel like we don't have any political power because of the fucking spins. Like they tell you in the news, oh, the electoral college, and then you're like, oh, my vote doesn't do anything, which is why people don't fucking vote. And the only people that end up voting are like zealots. I'm sorry, continue.
See,
I'm going off.
it's not just the electoral college giving people that idea, right? It's actually the polls, right? Oh,
Yeah,
Donald
the
Trump is
polls
up
themselves, yeah,
17.
because they're controlled by like news agencies, just
Exactly.
third
So
party bullshit.
let's say Donald Trump or Kamala Harris was like 17% up in the polls, right? Some voters might not feel like going out because they think they've lost. When the reality is, we don't know how accurate those polls really are. In fact, they might be inflated. So that's ultimately election tampering. Same with what Elon Musk was doing with offering people $1 million for signing an agreement to the Second Amendment. So,
That's crazy.
yes, yes,
I like
yes.
Elon Musk for going full retard. Like him and Trump are complete polar opposites. The fact that they're like I don't like Elon Musk, but he does crazier shit than Kanye. There is not a crazier person in the fucking United States of America, and that motherfucker's Canadian. Continue. I mean, him selling PayPal in a fur coat, being like, I'm the first motherfucker to, do whatever the fuck I just did." He's just a goofball.
So let me digress a little bit, okay? So we have a Republican trifecta, right? We have, and I was just talking about this with my dad and my grandma yesterday, right? Uh,
What's your grandma's name on your mom's side?
Joan. Beautiful name.
Joan?
Yeah.
That's awesome. It's fucking sick. Love that name.
Yeah, no, it's a pretty cool name. Uh, very punctual. Very punctual. I love
I've
that
never
name.
even had a cool grandma, man. Both my grandmas, well, you know what? Fuck that. Darlene, she's a darling. Thing is
You
that, like, she's kind of crazy. Like, my granddad is, like, he was the bad one, and then in her old age, she kind of sees his power, and she kind of, like, is a little, she wiles out nowadays. I like
you,
that.
you would really, really like my grandma, I think. Just
Absolutely.
a really cool lady, dude. Not really good person.
I meant to, like,
Well, it's funny because, like, you're sharing a bowl with your grandma and you're talking about philosophy and politics and really deep subjects, it's like, this is fucking cool, it's the only feeling. This is cool. But what we were talking about yesterday. Oh, no, go ahead. Go ahead.
I was just gonna say, I RSVP'd to my dad for us.
Oh, sweet. Nice. Nice.
And I would really want to get baked with my grandma.
Hell yeah,
I always
dude.
have. She's the cool one.
I am
Like, she's
excited
kind of crazy, but she's
to
cool.
meet your family, dude.
those two grandparents are like, they mean a lot to me. Especially my granddad nowadays means a lot to me. My grandma has always meant so much to me. That grandma was like the grandma that was my grandma. And it's ironic because like my dad's parents are like really good grandparents past a certain age. But they were not good parents because of the nature of growing up in a nuclear family. I mean, I don't blame them. My dad's brother died when they were growing up.
Mm.
My fucking dad was in the. My granddad was in the service. My dad is just really just. I don't know. I think he played into a lot of shit. What the fuck am I talking about? Yeah, they're both just chillers though. Like my granddad used to be an asshole. My first memory of my granddad is him force feeding me cough syrup until I throw up, and then him telling
Jesus.
me at 3 years old. Yeah, I was like 3 or 4, and he's like, he's throwing up on purpose. He wants to get rid of the medication, and I'm like, motherfucker. First of all, don't know what bulimia is. I'm 4. Second of
Yeah.
all, cough syrup down my throat till I fucking actually started throwing up. So yeah, that's my first memory of him. My first memory of her is her defending me. So that's obviously why I like my fucking grandma more. But the other side's even crazier because that's where I got the Rogers from. Was my fucking mom's dad. That was I think that was Roy Rogers. That fool just disappeared, gone. He's the Cherokee, like the one from the Cherokee side. I'm like an eighth. Like my mom's grandfather is full blown Cherokee. Came off the reservation and joined the Navy, burned his whole history. We don't know his original name. We don't know like pretty much anything about him before he joined the Navy. He became like a fucking naval captain or some shit. And so I would may still be like fourth generation Navy. Me and Scully have been talking about it a lot. As
Pretty
soon as
sick.
she realized she could join as an officer, she was like, okay, like this is different. We can do something. Because that was she literally like before that, the entire time we were together, I was like, I might join up. Like, I feel a genuine like calling. And she's like, if you ever join up, I'm leaving you. And then she was like, oh, I have a biology degree. I could be like an officer immediately. I was like, you're an actual fucking turncoat. Like the Russians offer you a better contract. Like you have no principles. I'm kidding. I'm fucking kidding. But no, yeah, we've talked about both trying to get on the same carrier and shit. Both doing the Air Force. I'd have to lie about having dyslexia, but I have 20/20 vision, really fast reflexes, and I'm not colorblind. So
I would personally just go straight Army. Just put me right into the shit.
no, but here's the thing. Here's the thing. If you think about it on an economic level, that is the reason that I would join the Air Force, because everything has benefits, everything has pay, everything has pension. A pilot's license is $100,000. You
Jesus
leave
Christ.
the Air Force with a pilot's license. Like I would go to flight school. Like that would be my goal. If I didn't make it, I don't make it. Then I'm not gonna. It doesn't matter either way. I'm still gonna, on my own, get my pilot's license. But if I don't, like I've saving $100,000 is crazy.
See, now that's thinking. That's actually
And that's
thinking.
just for a normal fucking plane pilot's license. I want all of them. I want a pilot's like a plane license. I want a helicopter license. I want a VTOL license. I want all of it. I want to be a fucking astronaut.
You know, you raise a very fair point here, where you join the Air Force, you leave with a pilot's license, right? That's just as it should be.
Yeah.
This is why I've always been arguing. We need to make every infantryman a medic, right? So look at doctors in Chicago, Detroit. What are most of their patients? Gunshot wounds, right? You fill up those hospitals, boom, you got free Medicare with Army-issued fucking
That's
medics.
the 3 things I wanted to do. Yeah,
Yeah.
originally. Like, the reason I didn't join up in high school is because I could not decide whether I wanted to be a scout sniper, like
You
a
got the
paratrooper.
eyes.
I do have the eyes.
Ooh.
The first time I was ever on a range, I just like my dick never grew more in one day. I was irons. I was irons on a 150-meter range, rocking tens for my first day ever. I was like, this is not okay. I wore that target to school on my back. Like I ripped that. It had a sticker. Like it would like you could pull the sticker off the mat, and I literally put that on my fucking jacket, and I went to school like with that target, and it was weird. It was a weird. That's not. You shouldn't like. I don't know why. Like that's a high school thing to do. You know, that's a really edgy. That was like in the modern school shooter culture, you could not go to school with a target on your back. You'd be
No.
fucking expended. Yeah, like
You literally have a
no,
target on your back. But
no, yeah. I had a literal target on my back, and it was fucking tens. It was all like it was like 20 shots. They were all in the first three rings. And they were irons on 150. It was crazy. And that's because I was shooting. I mean, it's because, whatever, some genetic thing. But that time that I went shooting was because that I went with my other mom's, because my mom, I guess she was my stepmom, but whatever. My mom married, not married, but whatever. It was like had a domestic thing with, my stepmom, and then her best friend slash ex roommate before we all like moved in together after they. It's like, whatever. Okay, mom's gay, and then she had her girlfriend, and then whatever. That we all moved in together. Before that, she lived with this fool, and he was a hella fly motherfucker from Las Vegas with like a bunch of guns, and he had a pilot's license, and he had his own charter company, and so we went shooting with him. Yeah, and he was so sick. I don't know why I stumbled on that a bunch of times. It was not based off like a insecurity. I just can't talk good. I just can't speak English. Oh shit.
I'm
And I
losing
was
my
taking fat
mind.
dabs. I was taking big old dabs.
Nice.
Oh, dude, like, I need to buy Grace a new battery because she's using my $150 limited edition, literally irreplaceable dab pen. Like it's for like oil, like you put oil in it. It's a real dab pen. It's not like a cartridge
Oh.
pen. She took the
Oh.
fucking top half off and is using it as a battery to smoke her cartridge.
Yeah, can't play with that. Definitely can't play with that.
And I mean, it's not gonna burn out or anything, but I'm like, the more I use it, the button is wearing out a little bit. It's a sold out limited release.
Yeah, pick her up a cheap new battery and get that thing back.
I could rip the guts from the case and replace it with a non-limited release. That's the thing. This has happened to me before. I have the Stephen Harrington special edition cartoon. What are they called? One Plus earbuds. One Buds. They're called like One Buds. So
No
basically,
idea.
there's like a brand. There's a brand that's like AirPods or whatever. It's like Apple, except they're just their whole thing is that they're off-brand Apple and that they're like cheaper and they're better. And then they sold out and stopped being cheaper and they stopped being better. But they did a collab with a guy who does really cool art. Like I was a fan of him, and that's why I got into this brand. But I bought these headphones and the tech wore out, and now I have to gut them and put normal headphones into them. Like put a normal pair of OnePlus buds into these like special edition OnePlus buds, and then recode them. It's very complicated, yeah, because they register as special edition too. Like if you go on my phone when you pair with them, it shows a picture of them being limited edition in like special artwork. So I'd have to like carry over, like I have to like basically like overwrite the software on the new OnePlus buds with the old memory of the old OnePlus buds, and then import them so that they still register as the special edition ones because it shows the Stephen Harrington artwork. It's all about this. It's MF Doom related. Everything is MF Doom related. Everything will always be MF Doom related. But MF Doom worked with Madlib. Madlib and him were best friends, and they were co-producers. And like Mad Villain is a quartet that is just them. It is 3 MF Dooms and 2 Mad Villains or 2 Madlibs, and that's Mad Villainy. Is Madlib and his rap alternate ego. It's not like an art thing. I think they're all actually crazy. But it's Madlib and his alternate ego, Quasimodo, and then MF Doom, and then his 2 alternate egos, Victor Vaughn, his younger self before his brother died, and then King Ghidorah, his, like, weird side. and that's their quartet, the Barbershop Quartet. Um,
I like that, the
but that
Barbershop Quartet.
Yeah, that's how I got into Madlib. Madlib did a collab trilogy that is not fully finished yet with Freddie Gibbs, who is a um, hardcore gangster rapper from
I know who
Gary,
Freddie Gibbs
Indiana.
is.
Gary, Indiana. Yeah, exactly. So he's got Bandana then and all that shit. Or
I
do you know
can't
Pinata?
I can't claim to know any of his hit
Okay,
singles.
it's called Mad Gibbs. Yeah, Mad Gibbs. The two albums of the three that are out. The first one was Pinata. The second one was Bandana. And part of the artwork for Bandana was a collaboration with the artist Stephen Harrington, which is how I got into Stephen Harrington. Again, three degrees separated from MF Doom. But then Stephen Harrington did this collab with OnePlus, and I got these headphones that are like his shit, and that's what I have to get. So it's all because of MF Doom. It always is.
It always comes down to
Underwater. Oh. Yeah. Yeah. So do you know Mad Villain or just Doom?
just it.
That's so funny, dude. That makes you like higher on the food chain. Most people just know Mad Villain and don't know MF Doom, like as well. Like they know the name and not like the artist, but like to know the artist MF Doom and not know of Mad Villain is actually like genuinely whatever the opposite of reprehensible is admirable.
Admirable.
Ross MG, people
Yeah, no,
agree
I'm
that we're
very.
well qualified to represent
MF
the
Doom is
LBC.
huge on the East
We,
Coast.
me and Louis. Sorry?
MF Doom is huge on the East Coast.
No, yeah, I know. Yeah, and that makes a lot of sense, to be honest. Madlib is from, I don't know where he's from, but predominantly I think he's worked with a lot of West Coast artists, for sure. Even though Freddie's from the Rust Belt. I mean, Gary is like, Indiana's like straight Rust Belt, I'm pretty sure. To be in the place to be. Evil. She's motherfucking evil. Yeah, the good thing is that at both places we have really good sound systems. Straight up actual like subwoofer soundbar at Grace's, and then Scully's we have like an amplifier with a Bluetooth
Nice.
that we use. Just really good sound systems.
Gotta drop the 115 playing some zombies. Always look for an excuse.
Oh, fucking hell. Do you want to do a fucking... Do you have my Helldivers? It's okay. It's okay. It's okay. It's okay. It's okay.
Yeah, nah, man. I was like, man.
I can read you. That's the thing is you can be honest with me. I don't have to read you, but I can. I know you though. And that feels really good because I don't know a lot of people. Like I know a lot of people, but I can't like I'm not telepathic with a lot of people.
You've gotten my honest self for the entire duration of knowing me. So, I
I mean,
mean,
yeah, why wouldn't I have? I mean,
point.
well, there could be an answer to that, but what I meant is that I have a way with people that they just like being honest with me, which is really fucking weird. I'm so open about being a criminal. It's like the first thing I tell everybody.
Yeah, but you're an
I'm like,
empathetic
yeah, bro,
one.
I so far past my statute of limitations. I'm sorry.
Yeah, but you gotta remember, you're an empathetic one. I
Yeah,
got the same
exactly.
thing for me.
I
I
love
mean,
everybody.
I have a
Can't help
lot
it.
of people, for some odd reason,
Why else would
whether
I be trying to fix pops?
See, that's the funny thing. Whether it be my friends, and yes, this includes you, or my Uncle Mitch, or my mother, or even my father, or Dawson, who really shouldn't have been in that category, but he was in his own way, or just, a lot of people.
Hey,
They all confide in me. They talk to me about real crazy shit
yeah,
for about
yeah, I
however
feel
long it
that.
is. I become a therapist for them, and I'm okay with that.
I'm
I
not a
really
doctor. I
am.
just think
I
I
just
am.
think I'm a doctor, exactly. So it's like I don't mind. In fact, I'm grateful that they do. It's just it's always shocking that they come to me with all that shit. And I guess it's because, you and I were both good at just sitting down and listening, and then at the same time putting. I don't know. I don't know how to describe it, dude. It's a combination of because we care, uh, possibly because perhaps we're
I think it's good.
diplomatic with our responses.
I think it's because you care, well, because we care and because we want to. That's the two things. It's like sometimes you care and you're like, what the fuck do I do right now?
Yeah,
And sometimes
yeah.
you want to care and you don't know how to. And it's when those two things meet and connect that you're like, I give a shit about this. Let's go. Let's hit this up right now. Like let's do it. And that's how I always am with the girls. And sometimes it's too much because they're just like, I'm really burnt out. I'm like, that's fair. But like, yeah, I'm really very much like I give a shit about this. Let's fucking get it done. Like all of this shit. I mean, just like, yeah, I don't know. Like both times, it's just like shit's hitting the fan, and it's like, you know, let's hotwire the fucking fan. Hey, turn that bitch off. Airboat.
Now I'm gonna have a lot of shit to talk about, dude. Just a lot of shit. It's gonna be an interesting week, dude.
We're gonna find a lot of really good boundaries. That thought, I mean, cause what? Okay, well, do you want to play a game?
Ah, that's a
Where
very
would you
layered
think that
question.
would have come from if for me to randomly say some weird shit like that? This is a diagnostic because I could never know what you would answer and you could never know what I meant. So this is just
Uh,
us kind of like having a meeting of the minds.
See, when I hear, do you want to play a game? I hear,
Not the do you want to play a game, but the other thing before that.
what was it?
Hold on, let me go back. This is why we stream. Because I can't remember either. I was so leading into hoping that you remembered. I was like, I don't remember what I fucking said. I remember I said some shit that was topical. One sec.
Boundaries? I think it was boundaries.
We're gonna find new boundaries. Yeah. That was it. Yeah, good job. Good job,
Uh,
bro. It's
Thank you,
lucid dreaming.
thank you. I believe that's both a disambiguation and an ambiguation, right? So, I mean, boundaries would be breaching new frontiers, of course, you know, like going to Alaska and shit. Uh, but it also means a good sense of personal space, respect, comfortability. It's a combination of things.
I think that's the diagnostic I wanted to take was to, I guess, because I didn't know at the time. I was like, diagnostic. I was like, I know what I mean, but what would you mean? But now
Right.
I know what I think that I wanted you to mean, which is just like an expression of like empathy, just like that, of being like, there's some other stuff. But what I meant is the boundaries is like we're gonna drink, and a lot of people try and keep up with me, and that's a problem. Scully tries to keep up with me to the point that Scully will convince herself that I drank more than she did, and she'll try and drink behind my back, and then she'll get blackout drunk and start throwing up. And first of all, I never drink behind her back. We always drink the same exact amount. We pour the same shots. And then she'll like hit this level where she's like drunk enough to be like paranoid that I drank more than she did because I'm not as drunk as her. It's crazy, but um, I'm a fucking monster, and and you're not gonna try and catch up with me, but we're gonna drink different stuff, different various things, presumably. You're allowed to have whatever boundaries you want. You can say, I don't want to drink that. That seems gross. But we like to make cocktails sometimes. We like to take shots sometimes. We probably drink more liquor than we should. I always am very, um, I guess, encouraging and supportive in people staying hydrated and keeping that liver functioning. You know, really keep that shit cycling. The more water you drink, the more watered down your alcohol is.
If we're talking alcohol, I'll tell you, I'll list out my boundaries. Okay, so in it on my own, never drink. I hardly ever drink. I prefer myself a nice soft smoke. With people though, of course, you know, if somebody's busting it out, yeah, hey, let's all have a fucking drink. Yeah,
That's the
let's have a good
problem.
time.
That's the problem. Okay, well, you and me, I, I hope it's always good. I hope it's always like in a good way and in a happy way that we find our boundaries. But I don't always drink for good reasons. So There may be times when I might be like, let's fucking drink.
Listen, if
And
we're
you
if we're
might want to be like, well, that might not be a good idea, and that's totally okay,
well, here's the thing. Here's the thing. If we're taking a shot because you had a bad day, that's a shot out of
Oh,
compassion. One I can
yeah,
handle, but don't
yes,
expect me
yeah.
to try to
And
keep
then
up.
here we
That's
go.
a
Yeah,
fruitless
exactly.
endeavor.
That's a no, sir. And honestly, that's exactly what I want to hear because that's not what I get from Scully. Chibi's like Chibi will drink until she like passes out, but it only takes her like 4 shots.
I
Um,
ain't doing that. Give me two, three
no,
shots,
no,
loosen out
I'm
my
not even.
neck.
Yeah, yeah, exactly, exactly. But Scully will be like, "I'm gonna match you on a tenor and have a 3 day hangover," and I'm like, "Motherfucker, please stop. If I want to drink a whole rack, just I'm gonna have to. You can't. You gotta just. Oh God, I love her so much. She's like my little brother in a really weird way. She's just like it's just like we have this like weird antagonizing like competitive relationship. She and I. It's like everything's so competitive, like financially, like fucking when we're getting fucked up, like when we're doing chores, even like sexually, like we're just like really competitive. It's like weird. It's fucking funny. We're like I don't know. Maybe that's what you need. We both have that like fighting spirit. We're like that like warrior shit going on. It's just funny as shit though.
You kind of hit the nail on the head, the fighting spirit, right? I mean, a competitiveness is honestly a really
That's
good
the
thing.
ironic
It
thing,
gives you
though, is
drive.
because, yeah, exactly. But she thinks that she's like a clinical chronic depressive, and I think that her depression is a byproduct of her unregulated, unmedicated ADD, where she just like her reward cycles and her um, productivity cycles and stuff are so like out of whack that she tries to do shit, gets distracted, and then makes herself feel bad about the fact that she can't be linear like fucking like non ADD people, and then she gets hella depressed about it the same way that I do. Whereas like I try and do literally everything at once to scale with each other, where I'll do like 10, 15, 20 things, and I'd be like, we have to go like equally in order. We have to do like all the shit at once and get everything done at once instead of doing one thing to completion and one thing to completion and having like a linear. And so, and she gets like all fucked up out of it. And I'm just like,
I
I
think
don't
you
remember
hit.
how.
I,
Yeah.
I
Right,
really
and so I was thinking like I think that we both just have ADD, but she thinks she's like genuinely super depressed, but she can't regulate it. Her antidepressants don't work, like all this shit. And I talked to her about it, and she was like, "You're right. Like my antidepressants like do not do what they're supposed to do. My brain's not working the way it's supposed to work, and like it's all yeah, it's kind of wild." Or I'm sorry, what were you gonna say?
Well, I agree with everything you said. And what it comes down to is I have ADHD. You clearly have a form of ADHD. Scully definitely has a form of ADHD. I'd even go as far as to say Diego and Billy also do. All of us do. All of us do. In fact,
Yeah, totally.
I
I think
believe
Grace is the only one that doesn't.
that
Grace is
doesn't.
genuinely. That's the weird thing is because we're all like this, and then Grace is like the most normal one, and so she's just like she's the weird one because she's not weird. She's like, yep, I can just hang out by myself and I don't get anxious. I can just like do like tasks and I don't get distracted. Like she's just a completely fucking normal person, and we're all constantly just like, how the fuck are you like this? How do you do it?
See,
Especially Scully. Scully has the hardest time of everyone.
I genuinely think everybody has a form of ADD or ADHD. It's just how badly do you have it? I wouldn't say we all badly have it, but we had it on the degree where we're spacing out in the classroom, daydreaming about, bullshit. And because of that, what does that make us? It makes us thinkers, right? We're up in our heads thinking, 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 just constantly thinking. We got 12 different thoughts going on at once, right? So sometimes it's articulated poorly, at whatever, right? Who cares? Uh, however, though, fuck, dude, I had it. I had it. It was so brilliant. It was so good. You're gonna be
It's so
like, oh my
funny.
god, you would have laughed, you would have cried. Uh, what it is
Sometimes you get hyper focused. Yeah. What it
exactly.
is.
You put me back on track, right? It's so hyper focus, exactly. We're up in our heads, we're thinking too much, and I would say ADD slash ADHD people, and honestly, personally, I think we're all very creative in our own sense. We are very much so the humanities type of people. So what it comes down to is when you're up inside your head and you got 12 different thoughts going on at once, right? When you hit a time of
Well,
isolation or you have a bad moment or you're having, as we've been calling it for the night, a trauma response, you fall
yeah,
prey
trauma
to it.
responses, yeah.
You fall
Shell
prey
shock.
to it. It's shell shock, exactly. You fall prey to it, and because you're such uh, a
So
thoughtful
susceptible,
person,
you know. Yeah, just like very
susceptible,
empathetic.
yes,
Yeah,
yes,
it
yes.
it, it is literally empathy. That's the thing, because you know, like there's the speculation on whether or not quote unquote empaths exist. But that's the thing. I know for a fact they do. Like I can like when someone gets in a physical, like when you see like a fucked up injury, does it hurt you physically?
Sometimes, if it's like one of those
Exactly.
crazy ones, sometimes,
That's
yeah.
real empathy. When you get pins and needles, that's that shit. And it is spectral. Everyone exists on that spectrum unless you literally have a chemical disimbalance where you're like actually, truly, truly a sociopath and you cannot experience empathy, then you don't. But like we're all on that. And the more you're on that, the harder it is for you to just like exist because everyone is constantly in pain. Like all of us. Everyone. Like life hurts. Life Hurts is a good t-shirt. Billy has literally thousands of dollars of my ideas in his phone, and it makes me want to um, maintain a healthy relationship with him so that he doesn't have thousands of dollars of my shit in his phone. And I want to maintain a healthy relationship with him anyway because he's one of my oldest and best friends, and also I think he has the capacity to be a better person than he is, which is the only thing that leads us to conflict. ADHD,
It's true. It's
bitch.
true. It's
I
true.
can't believe I got all those words out. You've heard me say sentences in the wrong order before, right?
Yeah, I think you've heard me say sentences in the wrong
Yeah.
order.
How the fuck did I? How do I do that?
You
How do
you
I
know
not? How
you
do I say so many words correctly
you
at
know what
once?
you know what I'm reminded by just thinking about our conversation methods. We are almost like in a degree two separate types of categories, right? Uh,
For sure.
the drunk guy at the bar and the toddler, right? So they both come in, they stumble in, they begin their story in the middle, fucking start with the end and end with the beginning. You know what I'm saying? You're like, what the fuck are they talking about? But it all makes sense though. You know what I'm saying? It all makes sense if you just
Yeah.
pick apart the pieces and do the polygraph.
Tommy, no way.
What you got?
What? It's 5 in my morning.
I know.
It's been 4 hours. We fully missed 420.
Oh,
Remember
completely.
4 hours ago when I was like, it's your 420,
Yeah.
and then 3 hours later we missed my 420,
Yeah.
and now it's like almost five. I gotta wash this cup so I can make like a better drink. Wait, what am I even trying to do? I don't have ice. There is no better drink. Here's the thing. Let me tell you a secret
Yeah.
with alcohol.
Yeah. That's kind of secret.
Scully's is better. Like, we're gonna live at Grace's, pretty much. Because Scully always wants to kill herself, but it's so much better. You can change the temperature of the apartment from your phone. You can unlock the front door from your phone. It's got a
Oh.
second story deck. It's got the literal only thing that's not better is that you can smoke inside here because it's not a good apartment.
So what you're saying is Scully's is just quality of life more convenient, right?
It's yeah, our place because that this is like Grace's. That's the thing is that you and I are both going to be at Grace's, but like Scully's is like me and Scully's apartment.
Right.
But like me and Scully are not going to be there. And you and I are going to take some weekends and just go down and hang out for sure. I
Oh,
already
hell yeah.
told Grace, and she told me she was like, "I thought you guys already were," and that's how good communication works. Is expectations should be reinforced.
Yes.
Expectations should not be presumed or assumed. They should be reinforced with prior data. Schedules should be communicated, and if there is an alternation, that should also be communicated. And the only problem Grace, there I go rearranging shit. The only problem Grace ever has is that I don't um update her enough. Like if there's a schedule change and shit, like I won't like be. I've gotten much better in recent time at updating her in real time, like when shit happens, and being like, "This is what's going on," and not being like, "Oh, this is what happened last week." Living with the dog, we only gonna stay safe. I let the loving come back to me.
Well, I mean, I'll tell you what I'm used to. Okay, nothing crazy. Okay, I'm not very material
Bears
person.
kicking down your fucking door?
Bears, yeah, just bears kicking down my door. So,
Beekeepers coming down to gas you in PCP?
actually, not
Tweakers.
not
Tweakers hiding in the walls trying to steal your guns and they can hear your thoughts.
all of those. Actually, the beekeeper thing especially. They accused us of stealing their wood chips or something stupid like that. It was fucking Lois. She went down and stole their wood chips. It was stupid. Uh, But yeah, no, you hit the nail on all those. So I mean, for me, nothing like that is going to affect me. And the way I see it, any flaws aside, we all have our own personal flaws.
That's
You
the
guys
thing, yeah.
are very linguistic. You guys are very good at communication. There's never going to be a communication error because we all have respect for one another. You get what I'm saying? So
Yeah.
there's
With
never
the,
going to be a mishap in that circumstance. I mean,
that was one of the first things I tried to affirmate earlier. Is just that, like, within that, you're like almost like neutralism. Like, I want us to balance neutralism and optimism, minimize idealism and maximize realism.
yes,
And that's a lot of isms.
pragmatism.
But like,
Yeah.
I just like, is that? I always forget the meaning of pragmatism, but I think I've been called pragmatic, and I think we've talked about pragmatism before, and I always forget that shit though. But yeah, it's just like, my throat burns. One sec. Yo, it's about no self-sacrifice. That's a placeholder. I gotta put this song in
Mm.
this gross. It's such a good song. I should give it to. Okay.
All I can keep thinking is thank God
Yeah.
for Insurgency Sandstorm, dude. Who would have thought? Who would have thought? Look at us. Who would have thought?
I disagree fundamentally all the way through 100%. Cause I think that no matter what, dude, like
Shit was faded.
everything's identical. I think no matter what, like even if through a sheer different coincidence we hadn't met in a different game that we both play, which is pretty much every game, the literal, genuine reality would have bent to our will through the WOG.
Mm.
Because it's my fundamental belief about reality. Like, I'm a scientist. Like, this is not like a religious zeal. Like, it's quantum physics. Like, I think that every genuine human is coded to a like electromagnetic frequency because we emit EMF. It's measurable, and everyone has their own EMF. Like, the soul is a measurable fucking waveform, and that you and I are so similar that it's resonance. Like, it's just magnetism. Like,
Oh.
it's just like things just connect. Like you and me and pretty much everybody around me, I feel that way about. Like, the people that are in my life, I just feel like are omnipotent. Like no matter what, it doesn't fucking matter. It would have happened. And maybe that's just me because I've felt life bend before. Like, I've felt it. Like, I've felt those waves crash,
Mm.
and those tides roll. And I don't think everyone does. I think that a lot of people do, but I don't think everyone genuinely feels that 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 malleability. Like people that believe in manifestation, or people that believe in God, and people that have dream boards. People that pray. even if they're atheists, like, I just think that there's a level to something of something, you know? Because, I mean, it's provable. Do you want to know why it's provable?
Yeah, didn't he?
The double split. Do you know the double split?
No idea.
The double split is from 1886.
What does it entail?
They shot electrons through a hole. You know electrons. And you know holes. And the hole was a vertical rectangle. It was a slit. And they shot electrons through it. And do you want to know what they did?
What'd they
They
do?
went straight. They went straight like a particle. The way that if you shoot water through a fucking fine point, that you can cut things. Just like I cut open this box containing my MF Doom $90 personally embroidered chef's apron made of heavy canvas. I'm putting it on right now. And so they shot electrons through this hole, and what happened is that they were electrons. They were a particle. Then they added a second slit. We already established that particles go straight, correct? Right? You shoot a bullet, it goes straight. That's a particle. That's heavy mass. Lasers, they go straight. They're photons, heavy mass. Even though they're also waves, they're disruptible. They're a level of energy that creates a heavy mass, the same way the double split does. Because when they added a second slit, they operated as a wave. The patterns of electron dispersal on the backboard of the experiment that was the control group was literally like a shotgun blast. They operated like a rainbow. They operated like a rainstorm. They were a wave. It was completely radical, free radicals. Like, it was all completely random. And then, do you want to know what happened when they added a microscope to the backboard so that they could measure it?
I'm assuming it continued without stop.
No. It went back to being a particle when they tried to measure it. It conformed to the fact that it was being observed. Every time they tried to measure it, it would go back to going straight. Every time they watched it, it would go back to being a wave. That was like one of the first fundamental steps in quantum physics, which now we can use quantum physics to sort negative and positive ionized electrons in a way that we can make joysticks for controllers driftless due to carbon magnetization that, in that exact way I just described, sorts positive and negative electrons in a binary coded way to sort whether or not they're going up and down or left and right.
So what you're saying to
So
me
that
is that
it can clock your joystick. It can clock your joystick movements forever, and know what direction they're going in based off of the what direction the electrons are going in.
So you're saying to me, based on electromagnetism and electrons,
I'll send it to you right now.
we can actually predict. Well, actually, I'm sorry. It's an observation, really, that it is being watched and monitored, and because of that, we can
Yes.
manipulate it.
Yeah, that is the principle of the double slit experiment is that, like, literally, like, on paper, the principle is that electrons under observation perform as both a particle and a wave based on whether or not they're being observed. Like, literally, like, it's the WOG. If you write down the WOG on paper, it's the same thing. It is pure manifestation. It is the fact that whether or not you're concentrating on something is whether or not it exists as a fucking physicality or not, or whether or not it exists as energy. Like, they say that energy is, like, not, it can't be destroyed. It can only be, like, manipulated and
Recycled,
transferred into a
yeah.
different, into a different type of energy. That is the core quantum mechanical function of that mechanic, is that whether or not you're looking at it is whether or not it fucking exists. It, like, plays into the plot to Interstellar. It's real math. It's crazy.
I'm trying to figure out how far we are actually with that technology or a form of that technology. And it's just not exactly civilian use yet. Or perhaps it is being used via civilian use and we're just not quite aware.
Here's the thing, yeah. You hit it on the nail, on the head.
TK's got your back, Pilgrim.
Do you know what you're doing right now
No?
in looking that up?
Uh, I know what it is. I just don't know how to describe it.
You're using American internet. It's filtered federally.
Yeah.
They control the internet. Like they, I'm gonna FaceTime you. Are you signed in Instagram?
What, as of this moment?
Yeah.
Yeah, let me sign on in.
Yes.
Okay, I got Instagram open. There it is.
No, it really, yeah, it actually is dead.
Okay, there we go. I unmuted. Yeah, no, that was funny. Like your phone was jailbroken for a second there. Um, I never would have guessed that white chocolate was the remnants of milk chocolate. Uh, it makes sense though. It makes a lot of sense.
Yeah, it's crazy. Same with the entire oil industry. Olive oil, not actually, olive oil is the only one that's not. One sec. I slipped on a fucking laundry bag and almost fell over.
Whoopsie. No, but yeah, I relate though with your mom being real deep into Native American culture. The one thing my mom couldn't nail the lesson on was finishing everything on my plate. That came when I started working at a Chinese restaurant, and it was just eat whatever they gave you, towards the end of the night. That's when I
I
learned to
don't
just.
even know if I like believe in that. I mean, like I definitely like fuck with like caloric maximization, but the whole like happy plate thing, I think has a rhetoric nowadays of being like kind of like a toxic projection, like where your
A
parents
bit.
want you to eat more than you're capable of even doing because they're like all on some like caloric maximization shit.
Well, you also have to know what your kid likes, right? I mean, obviously you want them to eat healthy things, so you make something healthy that's good, but you got to do it towards their palate as well. Like I wouldn't just throw a kid fucking, a thing of beets and like spiced curry if he never had it before or wasn't willing to try it, and then expect him to eat the whole fucking thing. It's almost like an unrealistic standard. Uh, but no, like ultimately though, I relate with the Native American shit. For every house me and my mother had, there was always some Native American shrine up in there, and it was just kind of amusing. But no, I would say never force somebody to eat more than they have to. But when I was working at the restaurant, it wasn't that I was forced to eat everything on that plate. It was more so out of necessity. What would be a waste not to? I've been working for like,
I
I've been
definitely feel that of being like you have the opportunity, and you're like, why? Like, there's no reason not to. Like, it'd be dumb not to eat
Yes.
all this food.
Yes. It's the same way I view sleep. Don't expect to get it, but when it comes, enjoy it. It's the same thing with food.
Like there were days like at the catering company I worked at where like I would just bring home like a 1 pound bag of pizza crust, but I'd still like go home and eat a bag of fucking pizza crusts because it was like kind of fired they like even gave you this shit. But sometimes I'd get like like a bunch of crazy marinated chicken or some kind of like all kind of wild shit.
Oh, dude, your phone died before I could show off Watson.
Mm.
But really, more importantly than the cat you're about to be fucking living with, is this big old bag of fucking games, dude. You gotta see this shit. I might as well
I
read
just
them
gotta turn
out.
back on. Let me talk to this fool for a second.
Yeah, go ahead.
Who the fuck even is this? Carl says, pray tell, what's it like in the outside world these days?
Carl is,
Bad and getting worse.
yeah, took the word. Oh, whoops. You know what? Thomas Appleseed doesn't even need to be in the party. Right? All I need is Sony sucks in the party. I am trying to join your game, but I'm guessing because you're mid-mission, it's going to give me a little bit of a delay.
Yeah, I think so.
Are you following story shit? Should I?
Mm-hmm.
Okay, I got you.
Oh my God, you lost me. As soon as they took an anti-capitalist stance.
Yeah, they're communists. They're Christian communists, more or less. It's
Motherfucker, just establish a mathematic economy. Don't make me fucking operate in a marketplace based off of meritocracy. I don't want to pay fucking for your peaches based off of how cool I think you are. Fuck yourself.
see, it's funny to
I want a
me.
peach based on how good a fucking peach is.
It's funny to me how polar opposite your point of view is and Josh's point of view was because
Fuck
I
Josh.
I
Josh is fucking hates Muslims because of America. That makes no sense to hate Muslims because of the United States. I know Facebook, and I know when Facebook is peddling me bullshit. As soon as he said, "Hey, friend me on Facebook," I was like, "If that's where you get your news, you probably hate Muslims."
it's true.
It's just, God damn it, Josh. I mean, like, Scully's like at her fucking wit's end. Like, I mean, she really genuinely loves Josh like family, but like every time he says stupid shit about Muslims, she's like, I gotta go.
Well, the funny thing was he was not able to view a weird communist Marxist manifesto with highly religious undertones behind it, and then he jumped to calling the peacekeepers fascist.
Yeah, something about him just kind of like lives and breathes Facebook for some reason.
Well, you gotta remember, when it comes down to Josh, Britain is a very different place. They're very
Yeah,
prideful, they're very
it's
national, and because of that, they're
the
also
way
prone to propaganda.
the other day he said like I'm British, so I have a natural aptitude to have like a royal taste, like a immaculate taste.
That's funny. That's like arrogantly funny.
Like you can, as a human being, be like, yeah, I got exceptional taste. Like I'm the fucking best, but you can't be like, like I'm the best because I am British.
Well, that's
It's
like a
like,
Frenchman saying it. You know, it's like we
yeah,
yeah.
yeah. Speaking of French responses, I only get one option, and it's you wanted me here for gossip?
That's incredible.
Mm-hmm. That's all I can say.
You know, the weird thing about this is you never know when you have the illusion of choice and actual choice. And a lot of
Mm-hmm.
times, you know, they kind of play a con game on you, but overall it gets to the point where you don't notice it. The best story choices you're going to find come from the side quests because the side quests ultimately have no overarching narrative. They can really just end like that, and you're like, what the fuck did I just do?
Honestly, this motherfucker's talking about lambs and sheep.
Hmm.
we might have to, we might have to go to therapy. I might have to drink another half a bottle of vodka while we're in therapy. We might have to play Dying Light when you get home. But for now, let me say, I don't like that metaphor. I'm not a sheep.
I won't lie, I can't handle the lateral thinking of Outlast with my times, my time spent not sleeping. Uh, no, genuinely, genuinely.
I
Just
that's the fuck that's why I'm laughing. That is genuinely the fucked up thing. I've never met anyone more okay with that game than me.
oh, I love
It's
Outlast.
no, everyone I know loves it, but like it just doesn't bother me in a way that it bothers other people
It's
that makes me feel bad about myself.
it's very graphic. It definitely is. Like there are sometimes I do find myself staring at what has transpired. Like okay,
It's
the the
hmm
the one with the guy that like they turn into a chick and then they put him into the furnace. Like every time I see that guy go by, I
the
kind of just
Futterman.
stare and my jaw drops and I'm staring at it all fucked up. And then I just move on like nothing happened. I'm desensitized to it, dude. Completely desensitized.
Yeah, it's
It used to
bad.
be lateral thinking with a dose of graphic violence. Now it's just lateral thinking.
Yeah, I just stare at a burning man as he reaches his arm out, and I go, "Man, you shouldn't have chopped your dick off, cuck."
Excuse me, sir. Excuse me, sir. Futterman wasn't worth it now. Let me real fast. Let me read out everything I got here, okay? In this big old list of games. I'm not going to read out all the single ones. I'm going to read out all the ones
The
that I
downloaded Johnnies?
not the downloaded Johnnies, the hard disc Johnnies for the 360 that we're going to enjoy.
Oh,
So I'm not going to read out the ones that are single, for just one singular disc. I'm going to read out all the ones that we can LAN play. Okay, Modern Warfare. Okay, Halo Reach. Uh, I believe Crackdown 2. Far Cry 3 has split screen. Uh,
does Halo Reach have four-player co-op in online play,
it
like for
has.
campaign?
Yes, it does. Yes, it does. Okay. So Halo 3 was the first one with four-player multiplayer. So we can do ODST.
Having two 360s and two Reaches means that you and me and Scully can play Reach.
Yes, yes, exactly. We are going to be able to play Reach with no problem at all. In fact, okay, the only one I won't be playing Halo 1 and 2 with you guys. That's up to you guys to play and beat because those are the only two not single player. Those are the only two-player ones. You get what I'm saying? That's for you guys to enjoy. Show her that
What
story.
about ODST? Is that
ODST
four-player?
is four-player multiplayer. So I'm going to tell you all the ones that have four-player multiplayer, okay? Not Halo 1, not Halo 2. Started with Halo 3. One guy is Master Chief, one guy is Arbiter. Other two are just aliens. Uh, then ODST, where you play as your customized ODST. You are all the rookie or whatever, which was great multiplayer, dude. Uh, then Reach, and boom, those are your three mainline Halo games that had multiplayer like that. And Halo 4 did it, and then 5 fucking went insane with it. And Halo 6, I'm not even sure if it's 4-player. I know it's 2, though. So it's a handful. It's a handful. But yeah, we can do ODST, we can do Reach, we can do Halo 3. We're gonna have a fucking blast with that. Uh,
I think I think we'll probably end up doing like a kind of like hybrid order of release chronological shit where we do like one, two, halfway through two ODST, three, and then back to fucking Wars, Halo Wars, then halfway through Halo Wars, Halo Reach, all three of us, and then finish
ooh,
Halo Wars
ooh,
for her. Have her
ooh.
finish Halo Wars.
That would
She's
be
a
a good
good
idea.
tactician. She's a
Well,
very good tactician.
well, what we do is once we do that, that means we can all actually progress onto the series moving forward, right? We can all play Halo 4. Then we can all try what we haven't played, which is Halo 5. Then we can all
Wait, wait,
try.
wait, 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 wait.
Hit
Do
me.
you know whether or not, this is a very direct question, do you know whether or not the Master Chief Collection is hard locked two or four players?
That's a really good question.
I think it's four players all the way through. I think you and me and her could play one and two, and then rock ODST, and then three, and then she could play Wars, and then we backtrack to Reach, win Wars, links up with Reach, beat Reach, and then finish Halo Wars. She finishes Halo Wars. And then we rock to Halo Wars 2, she does, and then we play Infinite all as a squad.
Okay, so I did look it up. I did look it up, and this does include the anniversary. Halo Combat Evolved Anniversary and Halo 2 Anniversary are just two-player co-op campaign. So 3 ODST, Reach, and 4 support co-op campaigns with up to 4 people. Uh,
Wait, which ones?
okay, so everything after Halo 2 pretty much is going to be 4-player co-op. Now, where the
Okay.
4-player co-op gets very...
Even in the fucking Master Chief Collection, even.
Yes, even in the Master Chief Collection. Uh,
So, I think hard fix. We all have PC, and I'm sure there's a mod to all three of us be able to play.
there could very well be a mod out there for that. There probably is a mod out there for that. But, at the same time, I wouldn't be too hardline stressed not to do it. I mean, I have, at this point now, beaten Halo 1 and 2, relatively recently, too, so I feel pretty up to date with them. If we can't get it, let's not stress about it. Let's just get her to Halo 3, you know what I'm saying? Or ODST, whatever it may be. Uh, Halo 5 is where it's going to get interesting, right? Because none of us have played that one, and from what I know, you're constantly shifting narratives between 8 different characters, and depending on who you are as a co-op player, you're playing a different person, right? One of us is going to be Buck, one of us is going to be Master Chief, one of us is going to be Spartan Locke, one of us is going to be Samantha, so it's going to be
In what? In ODST?
Halo 5.
Halo
ODST,
5.
remember, ODST, you make your character, right? The ODST was like the precursor to Reach, right? You make your guy, you customize your ODST armor, you choose your colors, you choose your emblems, you choose what you want. And then they give you the open world as the rookie, where you look like how you look. And then for the multiplayer, one guy, I guess, plays as, Dutch or Mickey or, Buck, whoever you may be for that flashback, while your other guys retain their co-op look, if you know what I'm saying.
Mm-hmm.
So 2 games we're going to get where we get to customize ourselves. 1 game we're going to be playing as fucking aliens following Master Chief, more or less. And Halo 5, we're going to actually be Spartans with names and shit that are already pre-created. And Infinite, I actually have to look up right now if it's 4-player co-op.
We'll mod it. I need to take one shot, one dab, and then play like at most this next mission. And we'll figure shit out after that. I
Ooh.
don't even know after that.
Ooh.
I
Halo
can barely
Infinite
hold this bottle out.
is 4-player
4-player?
co-op. Yes, it is. Hell yeah, dude. And that's open world, too. The whole fucking game's open world. So ODST and that one we're going to have a great time with. So moving on from Halo, we know we have multiple copies of the Halo games. We're going to be able to system link them, no problem. We just got to pick up Halo 3. Red Dead Redemption, we can do the original game system link. Sniper Elite, but I don't really care about that. Saints Row 2 we know about. Dead Island. I have 4 copies of Dead Island.
A lot of copies.
It is. It's an absurd amount. Also, I own Grand Theft Auto 4. You need to play that game. It's a fucking magnum opus. Let's see. Gears of War 3, Gears of War 2, Gears of War 1. I know for a fact I have 2 copies of 1. I just don't know if they both work. I guarantee, though, Gears of War 3 will work.
I have the embossed special edition of 2.
Nice, perfect, because I have a copy of 2, so that's going to work out. Let's see, I do have a copy of Bioshock 2, but I don't believe I have another.
I have another.
Beautiful. Got plenty of Lego games. Oh, wait, here it is, Lord of the Rings, War in the North. Haha. There it is for the 360. We're in luck. Got Saints Row 3, Splinter Cell Conviction, Resident Evil 5, Call of Duty War at War, okay? Call of Duty Black Ops, I got 2 of them. Modern Warfare 3, Modern Warfare 2, Army of 2, Borderlands, Borderlands 2, 2 copies of the Aliens Colonial Marines.
Wait, is that the original Army of Two for the 360?
Yes, it is.
Because that activates secret save data unlocks for 40th day.
Really?
I already have that, but yeah, you're gonna need it because it unlocks the best weapon in the game.
Perfect. Okay, so we got that ready then.
And I have a copy of 40th day.
Already said Resident Evil. Already said Red Dead Redemption. Said Dead Island. A couple of zombie games. I do have 2 copies of the original Star Wars Battlefront, so maybe that works with LAN.
Yeah, I think it does, yeah.
Got an OG copy of Time Splitters 2. Let's see. Red Faction Guerrilla, which I know is LAN, but it's stupid multiplayer. Fuck me, this is a lot. Jesus Christ, yeah, this is a lot. This is a lot. But got the main ones listed, more or less. Okay, yeah, no, that's it. That's all of them. That's all of them. There is more than that, though, but I'm not going to talk about, just split screen shit and all that. I'm talking LAN, bro. Okay, fuck yeah. Alright, where are we at?
I have no idea.